Welcome to the next video of Animation Universal. Today I'll be sharing with you the reasons why Emperor Qin Shi Huang began the construction of the Great Wall of China, along with 5 fascinating stories about this monumental structure. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to support us. Now let's dive into the story. Why did Emperor Qin Shi Huang initiate the construction of the Great Wall of China? The Great Wall of China dates back to the Warring States period and was built in 221 BCE during the Qin dynasty. Initially, independent smaller states constructed walls to defend themselves against invasions by the Xiongnu and Mongols. After Emperor Qin Shi Huang unified the country, he ordered the restoration and connection of these separate walls, creating a long and sturdy structure that became known as the Great Wall of China. During the Han Dynasty, the wall was further strengthened to protect China against invaders and safeguard the Silk Road, a trade route linking China with Europe and the West. To achieve this, the wall was enhanced with strategic features, including a beacon every 5 miles, a tower every 10 miles, a fortress every 30 miles, and a small city every 100 miles. Emperor Qin Shi Huang built the Great Wall to defend against invasions by the nomadic tribes of the north. After the Qin state defeated 6 other states, Qin Shi Huang immediately initiated the construction of the Great Wall. However, it is important to note that before the Qin dynasty, there had never been any invasions of the south by the northern nomadic tribes. At that time, these northern tribes were still friendly neighbors to China. So why would Qin Shi Huang guard against them without any reason? Furthermore, Qin Shi Huang undertook this massive project at a time when the nation was not yet stable, and its strength was weakened. Even in the worst-case scenario, if the Xiongnu or other northern tribes did invade, the Qin dynasty's military strength, having endured prolonged wars and possessing numerous renowned generals, combined with Qin Shi Huang's arrogance, he feared no one, should have been more than sufficient to deal with them. Generally, the founders of a dynasty are seen as wise rulers, and it would have been nearly impossible to unify the country without intelligence and strategy. Why then would Qin Shi Huang make such a seemingly foolish decision to undertake a resource-draining project, one that almost severed the lifeline of the Qin state right after founding the dynasty? If he had been so reckless, how could he have unified the empire and stabilized the nation? From Qin Shi Huang's perspective, he likely saw the Great Wall as a necessary investment for the future. While he himself was unafraid, who could guarantee the competence of his successors? As the saying goes, it's not the strong enemy you fear, but the foolish ally. Should his descendants prove to be weak and inept, his efforts could have been wasted. In essence, Qin Shi Huang treated the Great Wall like a protective fence for his own land. However, the size of his territory far exceeded expectations, resulting in a wall so lengthy that it required nearly all of the Qin state's resources to build. Qin Shi Huang may have occasionally regretted this decision, but as an emperor, he could not afford to lose face or authority. Additionally, he was aging, so he likely pressed on to finish the project as best as he could. This decision led to countless tragedies for the common people. Families were torn apart, with many forced to wander or perish. The tale of Meng Jiangnu stands as a poignant reminder. Without her intervention, the construction of the Great Wall might have dragged on for several more years. The construction of the Great Wall consumed vast resources and labor, with the burden falling on the people of the empire. Qin Shi Huang, after all, did not personally participate in the construction, nor did he even bother to inspect the project. But the common people had no such luxury. Having just endured the devastation of prolonged wars, they were finally looking forward to stability when they were forcibly conscripted to build the wall. They had just escaped one boiling pot, only to be thrown into an even harsher one by the emperor. This severely damaged the relationship between the ruler and the people, accelerating the collapse of the Qin dynasty. Another possible reason lies in Emperor Qin Shi Huang's plans for his eternal resting place. He envisioned building a grand palace for himself in the afterlife, but to ensure it would remain undisturbed, he devised some strategies. First, he ordered the construction of a decoy tomb at Mount Lishan. A large-scale, ostentatious fake mausoleum was built there to mislead grave robbers, drawing them to excavate the wrong site. Second, he planned a monumental architectural structure above his actual tomb, something so magnificent that no one would dare destroy it. In this way, his real resting place would be preserved. This is one theory behind why Qin Shi Huang initiated the construction of the Great Wall. The Great Wall of China is a colossal defensive structure, a marvel of ancient Chinese architecture. While its construction was marked by immense suffering and loss of life, it stands as one of the greatest and most iconic achievements in Chinese history. It is so massive that it can be seen from space. Qin Shi Huang's tomb was said to be located directly beneath the Great Wall. Estimates suggest the tomb covered an area 5 times the size of an international football field. As the Great Wall became a symbol of Chinese pride and resilience, its cultural significance meant that no one would dare damage it. Thus, the emperor's remains were also safeguarded from any future desecration, a possible explanation for why he prioritized the wall's construction. The Great Wall, or Wanli Changcheng, refers to a series of fortifications stretching thousands of kilometers from east to west across China. It was constructed with earth and stone from the 5th century BCE to the 16th century CE to defend China from invasions by the Xiongnu Mongols, Turks, and other nomadic tribes originating from regions now known as Mongolia and Manchuria. Tens of thousands of skeletons form the foundation of the Great Wall of China. To construct the Great Wall, Emperor Qin Shi Huang mobilized more than 2 million people who labored tirelessly for 10 years to complete it. The wall stretched across treacherous mountains, steep hills, and vast deserts, spanning the majestic expanse of China. The workforce consisted of slaves, impoverished farmers, condemned prisoners, and scholars who refused to comply with the emperor's decree to burn books. Under the harsh supervision of cruel and ruthless overseers, they worked from dawn until dusk, regardless of scorching heat, freezing cold, or stormy weather. Any sign of resistance or idleness was met with brutal punishment, often costing them their lives. Workers had to transport massive stones, earth, and lime mortar, each weighing tons, to the mountain peaks. Due to the grueling labor, harsh climate, scarcity of food, and abuse by supervisors, many laborers perished during construction. Their bodies were buried beneath the wall's foundation. It is estimated that millions of workers died during the construction of the Great Wall. The Ming Dynasty's significant contribution to the Great Wall. The Great Wall, as we see it today, was largely constructed during the Ming Dynasty in 1474. Following territorial expansion, the Ming Dynasty shifted its focus to defense and began extending and fortifying the Great Wall. Approximately 25,000 watchtowers were built along its length. The Ming-era wall was constructed with superior materials such as sturdy stone, making it far more robust compared to the wall from the Qin dynasty. Although the scale of construction during the Ming dynasty was enormous, historical records do not document the number of lives lost during this period. Is the Great Wall of China impenetrable? To this day, the Great Wall of China stands as a witness to the passage of time, enduring harsh weather and resisting the relentless erosion of nature. However, what might seem like an impenetrable structure was, in fact, breached by northern forces. For instance, in 1555 at Luoyang, the highly skilled Mongol army launched a surprise attack on the wall at night, using hooks to climb over it undetected by the guards. A more notable example occurred when the Manchu forces from the north crossed the wall and captured Beijing, ending the Ming dynasty and establishing the Qing dynasty. The truth is, the Great Wall did not effectively serve its purpose of preventing invasions from northern forces. If the Ming dynasty had invested the resources spent on building the wall into modernizing weapons like cannons and guns, It could have significantly improved their military capabilities. Next, 5 fascinating stories about the Great Wall. The Great Wall of China is a vast network of walls stretching across the country. Each section holds its own share of tragic and mysterious stories, making it a structure filled with both wonder and sorrow. Story 1. The Tale of Lady Mengjiang Weeping at the Great Wall. The story of Lady Mengjiang weeping for her husband is a famous Chinese folk tale from ancient times, traditionally linked to the Qin dynasty. According to the legend, on her wedding night, Lady Mengjiang's husband was forcibly taken to work on the construction of the Great Wall. When winter arrived, she lovingly prepared a warm coat for him and set out on a long and arduous journey to bring it to him. Lady Mengjiang traveled thousands of miles to find her husband. Upon reaching the construction site, she was heartbroken to learn that he had already died. Overwhelmed by sorrow, she wept inconsolably for 3 days and nights. Her cries were so powerful that they caused a section of the wall to collapse, revealing the remains of her husband. After burying him, Lady Mengjiang, consumed by grief, ended her life. Some versions of the tale suggest she disappeared into the sea, while others leave her fate as a poetic mystery, symbolizing the depth of her devotion and heartbreak. Story 2. The Legend of the 99,999 Bricks at Jiayu Pass. Jiayu Pass, located in Gansu Province, is a key western gateway of the Great Wall and is steeped in legend. It is said that during the Ming dynasty, a skilled craftsman named Yi Kaizhan, known for his exceptional knowledge of mathematics, calculated that precisely 99,999 bricks were needed to construct the pass. The supervising official, however, doubted Yi's calculation and issued a stern warning. If the number was incorrect, all workers would be punished with 3 additional years of unpaid labor. When construction was completed, the official triumphantly pointed out that 1 brick remained unused and accused Yi of a mistake. Yi Kaizhan calmly explained that the brick had been placed there by divine beings as a symbolic safeguard. He warned that moving it would destabilize the structure. To this day, the extra brick remains at Jiayu Pass undisturbed and is regarded as a curious reminder of this legend, symbolizing the ingenuity and mystery surrounding the Great Wall. Story 3. The Legend of Lady Baoxi and the Beacon Fires. This story is set during the Western Zhou dynasty and revolves around Baoxi, the consort of King Yu of Zhou and the mother of Crown Prince Bofu. According to the tale, during the decline of the Xia dynasty, 2 mystical dragons appeared in the palace courtyard of a minor king from Bao. Following ceremonial rituals, the dragons left behind a mysterious liquid, preserved in a wooden box. This relic was passed down through the Shang and Zhou dynasties as no one dared to open it. During the reign of King Li of Zhou, curiosity led him to open the box. The liquid transformed into a black lizard, which later came into contact with a palace maid, resulting in her mysterious pregnancy. She gave birth to a baby girl, but out of fear of societal superstition, the child was abandoned. Later, a couple fleeing from local authorities due to a minor infraction stumbled upon the abandoned baby and adopted her, bringing her to the state of Bao. This child grew up to be Baoxi, renowned for her extraordinary beauty. In her youth, Baoxi was presented to King Yu of Zhou as a tribute from the state of Bao. Her unmatched beauty won the king's favor, and she became his most cherished companion. However, Baoxi was known for her melancholy and rarely smiled, which greatly troubled the king. The Zhou capital was surrounded by beacon towers used to summon allied lords during times of emergency. On the advice of a court official, King Yu decided to light the beacons as a prank to amuse Bao Si. When the beacons were lit, allied lords and their armies rushed to the capital, expecting a dire threat. Upon discovering there was no real emergency, they were outraged. Watching the confusion and chaos from the heights of the city, Bao Si finally laughed for the first time, much to the king's delight. This incident set a pattern as the king continued to light the beacons to please Bao Si, despite the discontent it caused among the allied lords. However, when an actual invasion by the wrong army occurred, King Yu lit the beacons to call for help. By this point, the lords, tired of the king's deception, ignored the signals. The Zhou dynasty's capital fell and the royal family suffered a devastating defeat. While details of Bao Si's fate vary in different versions of the legend, the story is a cautionary tale about the consequences of poor leadership and misplaced priorities. Story 4. The Fortress of Shifangku, Happy Reunion. Guards stationed along the Great Wall were required to remain on duty year-round, leading to great sorrow for both the soldiers and their families. One young soldier had been stationed in northern China along the wall for many years without leave. Back home, his elderly father lived alone and deeply missed his son. Fearing that he might never see his son again, the old man decided to travel to the soldiers' post for what could be their final meeting. When he arrived at the fortress, he coincidentally encountered his son. Recognizing each other, the two embraced, laughing and crying with overwhelming emotion. Mysteriously, shortly after their reunion, both father and son were found dead at the very spot where they had met. To commemorate them, the fortress was named Shifangku, which translates to Happy Reunion. The story symbolizes the sacrifices and enduring separations faced by thousands of soldiers and their families. Story 5. Jintang, Solid and Strong. About 60 kilometers north of Beijing lies a section of the Great Wall known as Huanghua Cheng, translated as Yellow Flower Fortress. The name derives from the yellow blossoms that blanket the area during summer. This section was constructed during the Ming Dynasty in 1575 under the supervision of General Kai. Legend has it that it took many years to complete this segment of the wall. When General Kai returned to the capital to report on its progress, envious officials falsely accused him of excessive spending and poor quality construction. Enraged, the emperor ordered General Kai's immediate execution. Later, the emperor sent a trusted official to inspect the section of the wall that General Kai had built. The official returned with glowing reports, stating that the Huanghua Cheng section was exceptionally sturdy and meticulously crafted. Filled with regret over his hasty decision, the emperor ordered the construction of a tomb and monument to honor General Kai's loyalty and dedication. To further memorialize him, the emperor inscribed the characters Jintang, translated as solid and strong, and had them engraved on a large stone at the base of the wall. Hence, this section of the wall is also referred to as Jintang Cheng, Solid Fortress. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss any fascinating and informative content. Thank you so much and goodbye for now. See you in the next video.